Libra, there may be a relationship that's not working out the way that you would like for it to be. With the growing together card being here in the reverse, I feel like this was once a deep connection, but it ended up taking a turn for the worse at some point. So what once may have brought you peace ended up turning into this push and pull energy. I feel like it wasn't your intentions for things to go this way, but because you can't control the way that someone else feels and the fact that maybe they weren't as open to a resolution, or maybe you guys just didn't trust that things could be resolved, you ended up having to accept the possibility that it just might be over. With the unfinished business card being here in reverse, it's as if you guys are struggling to fix the issues that have come about in your relationship. There's also a struggle when it comes to forgiveness here. So I don't know if it's on your part or their part, but somebody's not budging, which leaves both parties to have to focus on themselves. And this is why self-love is here. You guys could have decided that you needed a break from each other. And this could be in hopes that while on this break, you guys will be working on yourselves, healing, and hopefully able to come back together at some point. But the break may have allowed too much space and caused a separation. And if not, it's possible that someone is giving the other person the silent treatment. So the no contact card represents you all not speaking to each other right now. This connection may have been under spiritual attack, but because the two of you aren't speaking right now, there's no way to attack the relationship. So with the spiritual attack card being in reverse, whoever sent this attack, they conquered what they were looking to conquer. With the lessons learned card being here, I feel like you are both growing through these tough times. Separately, obviously, but it looked like that was necessary in order for you guys to both come to terms with whatever the issues may have been. And I mean issues that each of you brought to the situation. So your own personal issues versus their own personal issues. And now that you've been forced to deal with yourself, Libra, I feel like you have decided to level up. And the confirmation is here with the unemployment card or the unemployed card being in reverse. This is like you deciding that you're about to get your shit together financially or otherwise, but definitely financially. So that could have been one of the issues within your relationship, is that there was a financial struggle. Whoever was sending this spiritual attack may be envious of the fact that you had something that they wanted, and that was love, or what they may deem true love. Because as you may know, when someone is on the outside looking in, they come up with their own story. So you guys may have made this thing look real good, which sounds to me like you didn't wear your problems on your sleeve. Or it could be that you didn't share with others the struggles that you guys may have been experiencing. There was privacy within this connection. Either way, there was definitely someone sending you guys the evil eye. With the Deuces card being here, either you or your person was definitely fed up with this relationship. It had really gotten bad between you two. Somebody felt like they were losing themselves to this relationship, and that's why the last line on the Deuces card says taking your power back. So somebody feels the need to get back what they lost to this connection, while someone else is expecting a reunion to take place with this real reunion card being here. So obviously someone wanted things to end more than the other person did. It doesn't appear to have been a mutual agreement between the two of you to let this go. So yeah, the sick and tired card definitely represents the person in this connection who wanted things to end. This is somebody who was completely fed up. Like they had had enough. They didn't want to move forward, and they didn't trust that moving forward was the right move. The last line on the sick and tired card says repetitive cycle. So this could have been a cycle for you guys. This isn't the first time that you guys have decided to break up. This isn't the first time that things have gotten rough. Obviously, this is something that happens much too often for one of you, and that person wanted the cycle to end. They couldn't take it anymore. With the 1111 card being here in reverse, it feels like this is your twin flame, but because things are as they are right now, you or the other person may not feel as if though it's a twin flame connection anymore. You might be calling this like a false twin flame connection. It also feels as if though the soul contract between the two of you may have come to an end. So this could be like a divorce in the physical. And in the spiritual, somebody may have done something that was just so wrong that spiritually it could not continue on. You guys might just have to catch each other next lifetime. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Now, with the toxic environment card being here in reverse, this represents you guys both coming out of the environment where there was a lot of fussing and fighting and just a lot of back and forth. You guys are now out of that, seeing as to how you guys have broken up and went no contact. But one of you guys is still very hopeful that things will turn around for the better and that you guys will be able to come back together and work things out. The back together card represents a fresh start, so I think that you may be hopeful that that is the case. And obviously, Libra, if that's not you hoping that things turn around, then that's them. Feelings appear to still be very strong between the two of you. Even if one of you have like a complete disgust or disdain for the other person, that's still really strong feelings. But with the Netflix and chill card being in the reverse, it won't be no Netflix and chilling anytime soon. And this is simply because one of you is like completely emotionally unavailable. If you pay attention to the Mind Games card, the last line says emotionally unavailable. So one of you is like shut off. Yet and still, life is thriving for both of you. And if not both of you, then for one of you, life is completely thriving with the rock bottom card being in reverse. Or it's as simple as things not being as bad as it could be, especially when the two of you had such a connection that you may have depended on each other for certain things. And with the really committed this time card being here, Libra, you know that if you ever get the opportunity to get this person back, you're going to do everything in your power to never lose them again. And if it isn't you feeling that way, then it's definitely them feeling that way. Because the last two cards out were the really committed this time and healing through love, I really strongly feel like there's still hope for this relationship and it's not completely over yet. Maybe it just needs time and a whole lot of healing as well as a plan moving forward. And if it doesn't work out that way, then at least you know that you've loved and you've lost. They say it's better to love and lose than to have never loved at all. But who the fuck are they? My point is that you were able to experience something so deep and so strong that even if it weren't to work out, you will have the knowledge moving forward and therefore you'll know how to operate in your next situation. Libra, if I had any advice for you at this time, it would simply be that it's important for us to always be the best versions of ourselves. That goes for everyone. That goes for you, your person, and everyone else in the world. Because when we call ourselves falling in love with someone, we want them to be able to experience the best version of us always. The last thing that we should want to be known as is the person who broke someone's heart or the person who couldn't measure up or the person who just lacked the ability to love correctly. So find God, find yourself, and find love again. That is all I have for you guys, Libra. I will talk to you soon.